Hello, this is Sonia Star, and I am here with Jack, and of course, Sally. And I wanted to give an update of how my October went, and oh, Jack just hit the camera. How my October went, and things that I'm looking forward to in November. I'm gonna cover some cross stitching, some book reading, and then there's also a little bit of haul. So let's get started. So I thought I would. Jack, stop. So I wanted to show the pieces that I finished in October, or maybe a little bit before October. So of course there is Halloween Tiny Town. So that I think was finished before October, but it's Halloweeny, so I didn't finish it. I ended up just folding it and kind of laying it in a long frame that I purchased. So next year I'm gonna finish this stuff before I put it out. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. So another one that I finished that you've already seen last video is the Quirky Quaker Candy Corn. So cute. I have meant to get that in a hoop and take it to work, and October just disappeared. So I also had the Haunted Tear Cake from the Witchy Stitcher, and I think the ghosts and the skull and the little pumpkin are in glow in the dark, although I keep forgetting to go in a dark room and check it out. So I think next year I'm going to get that in a frame. And then from the Under the Sea Fabrics Leslie's Spooky Box, I finished 2 of the patterns. And so one of them is the Irresistible Motifs, using this variegated Gloriana thread, and that one has a tart, like a tart pan that it goes into, so I need to cut it out and put it in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this year or put it away flat and then finish it when it comes out next year. And then also from that same Under the Sea Fabric Spooky Box is the Quirky Quaker Mothman. So that one has a hoop that goes with it. So those were my Halloween / October finishes, and they'll get put away now. As we are moving into December, I'm going to archive a few pieces, and so these are the ones that I'm archiving. So the first one is the Teresa Kogut Witch's Angry House. Whimsy Witch's Angry House. So I never got further after I did those 2,000 stitches on the skirt. I never went back, and so I'm going to put it aside and try again next year. And then archiving, oh, the other one that I'm archiving I almost never worked on. So it was a Kindle ebook cross stitch pattern, and it was a bat. So that one will also get archived until next year. Another one that I'm archiving, but I'm going to leave it in the hoop because I might pull it out in the spring or whenever I want to, is the Strange and Unusual by Witchy Stitcher. So probably not going to pick it up during December, but I'm not going to totally count it out, so I'm going to leave it in the hoop and leave it all kitted up. And then I am continuing work on the Harvest Tiny Town, so this is where I'm at right now. I'm hoping to get that finished in time for Thanksgiving and be able to put it out for Thanksgiving. I still have quite a lot left, but I actually was working on this last week when I was in Maryland. I went to the Renaissance Festival, and the trees that were there in Maryland were just these exact same colors. It was just, I mean, I would be driving around and just like in awe of the colors. So I'll insert some of the pictures I took. It was just so cool to be working on this and then surrounded by the trees, because we definitely do not have trees like that here in Texas. All right, so before I turn to the Christmas ones that I want to get to, these are my cross stitch plans for November. So the first one is the Teresa Kogut Did I get made fun of? Yes, I did get made fun of. I don't care. I had a lot of fun. So I will see you in a few weeks. Have a great beginning of November. Give thanks turkey. So I have it all kitted up, ready to go. I have all the floss. I used all the Give Thanks turkey. So I have it all kitted up, ready to go. I have all the floss. I used all the all the called for flosses. Sorry, my dog is barking at nothing, probably per the usual. So I was very excited to get started on this after Halloween, but I actually have 2 new patterns that I'm more excited about. So this might not come out of the kit until next year, but it's all kitted up and ready to go just in case. So the 2 that I am so excited about, the first one, I think I showed the pattern last time in the haul. So this is Kathy Barrick Autumn Pin Drum. All right, so this is on a 36 count opal linen called Rose Myrta from Under the Sea Fabrics, and I just have a little start here of the tree line, and the reason for that is I have picked out a set of colors that I am excited to use, and most of them are the called for, except I am going to use Cornucopia by Night Stalker's Calling. It's like a variegated orange red, and so I'm going to use that actually for the willow trees, and I was just really excited to get started on that. So I moved the center, tiny little magnets, over to the tree so I can work on that, because I'm definitely not going to finish it this year, but I wanted to do the trees. And then another that I archived is, I know I've said it before, I can only have one Baba Yaga at a time. And it was going to be this piece by the Witchy Stitcher called Baba Yaga, but, so Owl Forest released last week or the week before an Owl Forest Baba Yaga Autumn piece that I bought it as soon as I saw it, and I just couldn't wait to get started on it. So I'm going to be doing that on a huge piece of 36 count opal linen. The color is Stonewashed by Under the Sea Fabrics. And I just, so I didn't feel like doing the alphabet from the pattern, so I took the pieces and I moved it around and kind of rearranged everything. I'm not going to chart it in another program and then put it all together. Maybe I will if what I'm going to try to do doesn't work out. So I've rearranged everything to what I want, so I'll put that over here. And so my plan is to start at the moon on the top in the middle, and then try as hard as I can to kind of go down in a straight line so that I know where it's going to finish, and then it's just going to kind of make it up as I go. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the pumpkin patch on the bottom piece of this fabric or split it up into 2 separate pieces. Right now I'm just going to focus on the Baba Yaga piece, and so I'm starting at the moon. So this is as far as I have, just a couple ones this morning that I put in before work. So the hope is that I will, and then I pulled a lot from Stash and used some of their DMC conversions. I did get one fun one yesterday at Under the Sea Fabrics. I think it was a Threadworks. Yeah, Threadworks Sunrise. So I think I'm going to use that for the stars and such, because it's kind of like a variegated yellow orange. So I think that's going to be really pretty. I'm really excited to work on that. So yeah, between the pin drum, willow tree, and this Baba Yaga, I don't think that I'm going to be pulling out the turkey this year in all reality. But those are the hopes for the fall pieces, and then I really need to push on the Christmas pieces for my family so that I don't try to get them all done in December. So I have finished one. Right, so if you're my family, cover your eyes. I'm not going to say things out loud. I'll put like a title of the piece at the bottom. So this is all done. I did change the color on the outside from red to green, and the pattern is by Darling and Whimsy. And then the other one that I've started on is this one I actually had done the mirror image on the other side, and I counted it out totally wrong, so I had to rip them all out last night and restart it. So that is not going to help with the timeline. But this one needs to get finished. So I'm hoping to finish that one in November. I'm hoping to finish this one in November. I have all the called for threads for it, and then I am hoping to finish this one. This is as far as I've gotten since the last time. I haven't gotten any further, so I was trying to finish up all those fun Halloween ones. So those are my plans for November: the autumn pin drum, the Baba Yaga autumn that I moved stuff around, and then finishing up those 3 Christmas presents so that they are ready to go. I'm going to do a little haul right now of just some fabrics that I bought and 2 patterns, and then I will talk about some other things. Alright, so like I said, last week I was up in Maryland for a few days, and I went to the Stitching Post, and it was a very nice store, very nice women in there, and I got a couple of patterns. So the first one is this one. It is by Barbara Anna Devines, called Stitchingly Ever After, and I thought I might change the colors from red to pink, but we'll put this aside probably for the spring or the summer. And then I also got this book called With Thy Hands by Teresa Kogut. So it has like some sampler stitchy type things. So I thought that would be fun. And again, I'm going to be putting that aside until after Christmas. And then I bought a couple pieces of fabric there. So I got some 28 count Fiber on a Whim Milk and Honey. Just because I've heard people talk about that company and I didn't have much, so I bought that. And then I'd heard people on Flosstube talk about Seraphim, so I got 18 count Ada Seraphim in the color Silver Mist. It doesn't have a dye spot, but I knew about that when I purchased it. So it's like a greeny blue. And then they just had a piece of navy blue Lugana, so I just got a little piece of that. And then, of course, I went to Under the Sea Fabrics. So I got this piece of fabric. It is 18 count Opal Ada in the color Selkie. So this is what Leslie dyed for me to match the this Opal Ada. So I think they're pretty close. So that was awesome to be able to get that. She had dyed it a few weeks ago, and so it was finally ready when I got there. And then, of course, when I was looking around, I saw some other things that caught my eye. So this is 28 regular, not opalescent, Lugana, and the color is Andromeda. So just so pretty. It looks like an ice cream cone. So I got that, and then the rest of the Rose Myrta Opal Linen that I'm doing the autumn pin drum on. So that is my haul for the week, or I guess that is my haul for whatever time period since the last time that I was on here. Alright, so that is the end of my cross stitching. If you don't want to stick around and talk about books, feel free to go. Thank you so much for watching. Like this, subscribe if you're interested. Thanks for coming. I try to post like every 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so the books that I've been reading lately, I tried to really, especially since we're in San Antonio and it's been so hot, I tried to read some fall books to try to, get in the mood. So the first one I read was Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. It was okay. I didn't totally love it, but it was okay. Another one was The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I actually read that last year, and then I read it again this year because it is just the perfect cozy found family little fall book, and I was recommending it to my sisters, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna reread this too. So I did. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars again. And then since I was in a cozy found friendships, found family mood, I read The Bookshop of Second Chances by Jackie Fraser. That was so cute, and I listened to the audiobook. The accent was so perfect. I actually just yesterday or the day before started on the next book, or by another book by that author. That one is called The Beginning of Everything. I don't like it as much as Second Chance Bookshop, Bookshop of Second Chances, but I'm not done with it, so we'll see. Another book that I read during October was Strange Practice by Vivian Shaw. It's a whole series about Dr. Greta Van Helsing, who's a human monster doctor, and so her clients are like mummies and vampires and different animals like that. So that was a lot of fun. I have actually had this book for, I don't know, several years, and just never had gotten around to it. Just kept scrolling past it. So finally I got the audiobook. It was on sale, and oh my gosh, I loved it. I already have the next one queued up, ready to go. Yeah, really, really cute, really like spooky, perfect for right before Halloween. And then the next book that I just finished yesterday was called Keeper of Enchanted Rooms by Charlie Holmberg. It was good. I gave it 4 stars. Like, I didn't like love it, but I enjoyed it. I liked the story. I did buy the next one to listen to on audiobook, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna start that. So those were some of the books that I read in October. I'm not going to share all of them because some of them might not be appropriate. And then looking forward to November, I purchased this book last year called Anatomy by Dana Schwartz. So I bought this last year. It was recommended as a good fall book last year, and I hadn't read it, so I'm hoping to read this in November. And then The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. My therapist told me I was supposed to read this like 2 months ago, and I still haven't read that, so I really should get on that. So then on Tuesday, I think it is, on the 7th, Iron Flame comes out, and so I'm going to be reading that for sure, probably that weekend, Veterans Day weekend. So that is on my to be read list, and I might reread Fourth Wing. I'm not sure. The first book in the series that I put off reading it for so long because I saw it everywhere. People were loving it, and I just, you know, had other stuff that I had purchased, and then finally I broke down and read it, and I loved it. So I've got the special edition coming, and then Iron Flame on the 7th, and then I think there's a book in the Legends and Lattes season coming out on the 7th as well called Bookshops and Bone Dust. And I'm probably gonna get that to read depending on how long it takes me to read Iron Flame. And then the last one that I just have to finish before the end of the year is I have to finish Harrow. I'm halfway through. Now it's kind of like becoming a slog because it's taken me so long to get back to it that I don't fully remember the first half, but I don't really want to go back and read the first half. I have the audiobooks. I want to finish reading it on paper and then go back and read the audiobooks or listen to the audiobooks. So I really want to finish Harrow. I have Nona left to go in this series, which is amazing. All right, so if you haven't read Gideon and Harrow, they are great fun. I describe them to people as lesbian necromancers. Well, this one, lesbian necromancers on a murder planet mansion in outer space. There's not really words to describe what this is about. It's just mind-blowing and amazing. This one is too, but I just hit a slump halfway through and haven't gotten back to it. So those are my reading goals for November. Other crafty things that I want to do is I think I need to make some more Christmas themed thread beds to go with my winter or Christmas and winter themed thread beds to go in my project kits for the winter projects. Yeah, so that is my wrap up of October. So other things that I did on October was I went and saw the Taylor Swift movie, the Eras Tour movie, 3 times, and went on that trip up to Maryland. So in November, I'm probably going to go see the Eras Tour movie again, and we have a family trip coming up. I did dress up as a Swiftie for Halloween. I wouldn't say that I'm a Swiftie. I would say I'm maybe like more than a fan. I'm like just a plain fan, but I'm definitely not a Swiftie. I think it's amazing, all these like theories that people come up with, but I just don't take the time to really dig into it. But anyway, I will put a picture of me looking like a Swiftie for Halloween. I wore that outfit to work. Did I get made fun of? Yes, I did get made fun of. I don't care. I had a lot of fun. So I will see you in a few weeks. Have a great beginning of November.